Hello, Zion family. I wanted to take a minute to talk to you about some simple steps you can take to protect yourself as we resume in-person worship. As we begin to return to our, quote, new normal in our everyday lives, it's real easy to get complacent and forget about the risk of COVID-19. I want to remind you that the risk is real. We must ensure that we do not let our guard down and continue to follow the practices that have been put in place that protect us all. Remember, the best way to prevent illness is to avoid being exposed to the virus. The virus is thought to spread mainly from person to person between people who are in close contact with one another within about 6 feet, through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. Some recent studies have suggested that COVID-19 may be spread by people who are not showing symptoms. You should wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after you have been in a public place or after blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing. If soap and water are not readily available, use a hand sanitizer. You should use a hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Cover all surfaces of your hands and rub them together until they feel dry. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick, even inside your home. If possible, maintain 6 feet between the person who is sick and other household members. Put distance between yourself and other people outside of your home. Remember that some people without symptoms may be able to spread the virus. Stay at least 6 feet, about 2 arm lengths, from other people. Do not gather in groups. Stay out of crowded places and avoid mass gatherings. Keeping distance from others is especially important for people who are at a higher risk of getting very sick. You should cover your mouth and nose with a cloth face covering when around others. You could spread COVID-19 to others even if you do not feel sick. Everyone should wear a cloth face cover when they have to go out in public. For example, to go to the grocery store or pick up necessities. Cloth face coverings should not be placed on young children under age 2, on anyone who has trouble breathing or is unconscious, incapacitated, or otherwise unable to remove the mask without assistance. The cloth face cover is meant to protect other people in case you are infected. Do not use a face mask meant for a healthcare worker. Continue to keep about 6 feet between yourself and others. The cloth face cover is not a substitute for social distancing. Remember to cover your nose and mouth during sneezes. If you are in a private setting and do not have on your cloth face covering, remember to always cover your mouth and nose with a tissue when you cough or sneeze, or use the inside of your elbow. Throw the used tissue in the trash. Immediately wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. If soap and water are not readily available, clean your hands with hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. You should clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces in your home daily. This includes tables, doorknobs, light switches, countertops, handles, desks, phones, keyboards, toilets, faucets, and sinks. If surfaces are dirty, clean them. Use detergent or soap and water prior to disinfection. Then use a household disinfectant. Most common EPA-registered household disinfectants will work. And one thing that you should always do is monitor your health. Be alert for symptoms, watch for fever, cough, shortness of breath, or other symptoms of COVID-19. This is especially important if you are running essential errands, going into the office or workplace, and in settings where it may be difficult to keep a physical distance of 6 feet. Take your temperature if symptoms develop. Don't take your temperature within 30 minutes of exercising or after taking medication. That could lower your temperature, like Tylenol, aspirin, ibuprofen. And remember, to follow CDC guidance if symptoms develop. Following these simple steps can aid you in protecting yourself and your family. Please remain vigilant and take care of yourself. We look forward to seeing you on June 21st, and thank you, and God bless.